Christopher Brian Hill is an urban explorer with a YouTube channel called Urbex Hill. Over the past 10 years, he's been uploading raw footage of his visits to some of the creepiest abandoned buildings in the country. He often runs into unexpected and sometimes life-threatening situations. Urban explorers like Chris face many dangers. These range from aggressive stray dogs to hostile squatters, from respiratory risks to unsafe structures. Venturing into an unfamiliar abandoned building is much more dangerous than it might sound. It's obviously safer to explore abandoned buildings during the day and with a group of friends. But in most of his videos, Chris explores at night and always alone. In June 2022, he visited the abandoned Westinghouse Electric Factory in Cleveland, Ohio. Built more than a century ago, the factory originally consisted of 7 buildings. Most of them have since been demolished. The Westinghouse Company was founded in 1886 by inventor and industrialist George Westinghouse. It reached Cleveland in 1894. Westinghouse is best known for the notable engineers who worked there, including Nikola Tesla and William Stanley. For decades, the company rivaled General Electric. Its last use was as a lighting equipment production plant before being abandoned in 1979. For the past 4.5 decades, the factory has been one of the most popular urban exploration spots in the country. In 2012, it gained even more attention after the Black Widow interrogation scene from the first Avengers movie was filmed there. 10 years later, Chris made his own trip to the abandoned factory and recorded everything he saw. At first, there didn't seem to be anyone around. The only sound was the chirping of crickets in the darkness. As he walked around the outside of the building, the night took a disturbing turn. The sound of gunshots rang out in the distance, less than 5 minutes into the recording. It's worth mentioning that Cleveland has ranked among the top 10 most dangerous cities in the US for several years. This made Chris's visit to the abandoned factory even more risky.
Here's somebody shooting. That's Cleveland. Wow. That's crazy. It's not even that far away from here. Oh, that sounds like a shootout.
Chris has experience exploring everything from abandoned mental hospitals and sanatoriums to vacant cult temples. He shrugs off the fear as he enters the creepy building. Just like in many abandoned buildings, Chris finds a mattress on the floor, meaning at least one person had been sleeping there recently. As he captures footage of the first floor and walks upstairs to the second floor, all that can be heard in the eerie darkness is the sound of his footsteps. A few minutes later, Chris goes down to the basement. The footage becomes increasingly creepier as Chris runs into a series of dead ends under the leaky, moldy ceiling.
Okay, I'm hearing something. Maybe it's an animal. There's animals down here.
At several points during his exploration of the basement, he can be heard making comments about a strange noise coming from somewhere on that floor. At first, he seems to think it's an animal. Alarmingly, he finds a few shell casings on the ground from what was probably a 9mm handgun. Although it would be pretty unsettling to find something like this lying on the ground in an abandoned factory basement, it's worth mentioning that police departments usually use abandoned buildings and complexes for training exercises. However, in this case, it's impossible to know what really happened. Shortly after, he comes across a series of disturbing messages on the walls. He continues recording as he walks down narrow corridors. And this is where things got a lot more disturbing.
This place is so wet. Oh, you scared the out of me. Yo. You need some help, bro? Yo. Dad. He's not even responding. I'm gonna leave him alone. Get the out of his way. Bro, that's crazy.
After about 20 minutes of exploring, the video takes a very dark turn as Chris runs into a hunched-over man without a light at the far end of the room. He calls out to him and asks if he needs any help, but the man doesn't move or respond. Chris decides to leave him alone. Understandably, Chris's breathing can be heard getting louder and heavier after the extremely unsettling encounter, but things were only about to get more disturbing for him.
You know what? I'm gonna help that dude out. I'm gonna get this dude a $20 bill.
Yo. Hey, I got some money for you.
He's not there, and he's not responding.
About 4 minutes later, Chris decides to go back to help the man by giving him a $20 bill. But alarmingly, when he goes back to the room, the man is no longer there. This could be incredibly dangerous, as squatters are known to behave aggressively toward unwanted visitors. And because they know the place better than anyone else, they can easily hide in the shadows and attack or scare visitors when they least expect it. One theory that many viewers seem to favor is that the man wasn't a homeless person at all, but a gang member hiding from the shootout that could be heard at the beginning of the video. However, it's impossible to confirm if this was the case, and it seems unlikely given his strange behavior. As Chris continues searching for the man, he notices bats flying around the basement, and things get even more eerie at this point.
There's a lot of bats down here, too.
Right when he walks into one of the rooms, if you look closely at the far left of the screen, you can see the man from earlier standing in what used to be a doorframe, staring at Chris in the darkness. Alarmingly, Chris doesn't notice and continues walking. It's impossible to know how long the man had been following him, and in these kinds of situations, it can be hard to gauge the squatter's intentions. A few minutes later, the squatter can be seen walking outside as cars pass by the side of the building. At one point, Chris mentions that he thinks the guy said hello, but it can't be heard clearly through the camera audio. Just when he decides to head out, he hears a cell phone vibrate, indicating that there are more people down there with him, hiding in the darkness. Having had enough disturbing encounters for the night, he decides to play it safe. Fortunately, he was able to leave the building unharmed. He never found out who that man was, and since then, he hasn't uploaded another video of the Westinghouse factory. Jared Coker Urbex is a small YouTube channel where the uploader posts raw footage of his explorations of abandoned locations all over the US. Since 2020, Jared has uploaded over 200 videos featuring some pretty cool Urbex footage. In March 2022, Jared uploaded a video where he explored an abandoned dog treat manufacturing factory in Wichita, Kansas. For the first few minutes of the video, the exploration is pretty uneventful. Except for the usual couple of strange thuds and bangs that can be heard nearby, it seems like Jared is alone. Even though it's relatively common for homeless people to hide out in abandoned buildings, it doesn't seem like anyone was squatting in the factory that day. After exploring the multiple floors of the building in detail, Jared looks out the window and sees a red car pulling up to the factory and starting to make its way through the gates.
He's gonna go around where I can't see him. I really do gotta get out of here now. I don't like that.
After it becomes obvious that the man in the red car intends to enter the factory, Jared does the only reasonable thing in a situation like this. He tries to find a way out of the building without being noticed. Unfortunately, the car drives around the building and out of his field of vision. By the time it parks in front of the factory, the man could be anywhere.
Oh God. Someone's right out there. What do I do? I couldn't tell what he was holding.
A man can be seen walking through the woods toward the front entrance of the factory. To make matters much worse, it appears as though the man has something in his hands. From a distance, it's impossible to tell whether it's something as simple as a flashlight or a potential weapon.
Oh my God. Was that a gunshot? I think it was. He had something in his hand too. It must have been a gun.
Over the next few minutes, Jared does his best to find a way out undetected, which is much easier said than done when you have no idea where a potentially armed man, who probably knows the layout of the building much better than you do, is hiding. And just when it seemed like Jared was going to make it out undetected, this happens.
Whoa, whoa,
Stop right there.
whoa.
Who else is with you?
Oh, it's just me. You scared me to death.
Okay. Get over there now.
What?
Sit down. Give your handcuffs.
Huh?
Put them on. Got it?
Okay.
Either I can put them on or you can put them on. Take your pick.
I've never put on handcuffs before.
Just put them on each side of you. How's that?
Well,
Put them in front of you. That way you can carry them in front, okay?
what's gonna happen?
What's going to happen is the police is going to come and then you take your name and they'll get you for criminal trespassing. It's nothing these days. A lot better than me shooting you, isn't it?
Was that what I heard?
Yeah.
What'd you shoot at?
Shoot it. See people, I shoot at them. If they run, you shoot. There you go.
Yeah.
Be cool, nothing will happen, okay?
Alright.
I already shot one guy this way, the other one. Oh, it's alright. I'm not gonna shoot you. don't you see? Something says a use of deadly force. What do you think that is?
I thought that was kids spray paint.
No, that's me telling you I'll shoot you. Nobody else is with you, right?
No, it's just me.
Okay, if I see somebody, I'm gonna end up probably shooting them.
Oh no, if I were with someone and I know you shoot people, I would have gotten them.
Okay. I just don't want, they say wait, they scare me, I'll shoot in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just life.
The man, who appears to be an armed vigilante of some sort, pops out of the bushes just as Jared is about to leave and holds him hostage, even ordering him to put on a pair of handcuffs. During the exchange, it's hard to tell if the man is in his right mind, which makes the fact that he's carrying a fully equipped assault rifle that much more disturbing. At one point in the conversation, the man orders Jared to get into his car, and at that point, Jared doesn't really have a choice.
What we're gonna do is we'll throw your camera and your bag in the trunk, okay? And I'll put my gun in there too. All right? We'll get in a little red car, just drive up here, set everything out, the police will come, they'll ask you for your driver's license, and they'll give you a little ticket.
Although Jared didn't record the part where he got into the car out of fear that the man would freak out if he realized he was being recorded, the YouTuber later explained that the cops took an hour and a half to get there. Disturbingly, when the cops finally arrived and while they were all talking, they saw two kids go up to the factory the same way Jared had, at which point the man looked the cops dead in the eye and said that if he saw the kids inside the factory, he was going to shoot them. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. As Jared was being taken to the police station for trespassing, the cops got a report that two kids had been shot at the factory. Thankfully, it turned out that the man was bluffing with his weapon, which was only loaded with non-lethal pellets. But still, the kids had to be taken to the hospital to be treated for their wounds. During the investigation, the man was identified as 62-year-old Ken Thomas, and even after shooting at the two kids, he was only sentenced to 2 years probation. Since that day, Jared hasn't gone back to the abandoned factory again. Our next video comes from Exploring with Josh, a YouTube channel dedicated to urban exploration. Josh and his team venture into abandoned and decaying buildings across the world, from forgotten schools and derelict hospitals to collapsing factories and hotels, documenting the past through immersive, on-site footage. It is May 4th, 2025, and during an exploration of the abandoned Orlando Sun Resort, what started as a routine revisit quickly spirals into something much more dangerous. After flying a drone over part of the site, they unknowingly capture footage of individuals suspected of illegal dumping. What follows is one of the team's most unsettling experiences to date.
He's driving in here, and I don't know what he's doing. He just drove right in through all the rubble. I gotta ask him, they were talking to him. Yo, what did that guy want?
first he goes, "What are you guys doing?" I go, "We're just filming." And he's like, "Oh, I'm just looking around. I got yelled at back there." That was it.
That was it?
He's just a guy looking around.
Dude, that's crazy. He drove his whole car through this. I would have been scared to pop my tire. Guys, right now there is people with a U-Haul truck and their dog loading up stuff from this property as we speak. Look at this. I'm zooming right in on them with the drone flying over there. I shouldn't be doing this. We're not going to go over there though, but oh my God. I can't believe this. All right, so I kept it recording, guys. So when I flew the drone over there, the guy who had his dog let it loose.
Yo, the guy that had his dog just let his dog.
And that's the drone. That's the guy's dog. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think so.
Bro, it's coming after.
I know. I kept it recording. And I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna.
They're coming up. I think they're driving up in the car now. I can hear something coming.
Let's go this way. No, because they only had a U-Haul. Remember?
That's the guy with this one.
Oh, this guy's cool though. He's all right. These guys are good. I think maybe he's helping that guy. I'm not sure. Oh my God. All right, yo. So from your perspective, what happened?
Yeah, that dog would have probably attacked us, but I made the right choice. I know a lot about dogs, and I said just to keep looking at it, don't turn your back on it. Because when we turn our back on it, it was literally trying to like go behind Adam and like.
Oh shit, they're coming. They're coming. Yeah, those are the guys with the dogs. All right, yeah, let's get the out of here.
How do we get out?
I don't know. So I don't know if you've seen it just a while ago. Yeah, the guy went to get his dog from, because obviously I filmed them doing illegal stuff with the drone. So yeah, I mean, we already filmed everything we needed, but we're getting the hell out of here. Maybe we should just cut through. Fuck.
Grab a pole, grab a second.
All right. Can't believe we're doing this. Maybe we should go through the woods and say F it through the active side. Well, either way, none of us have a drone, technically. All right, we can cut through left. Just go left. All right, we'll cut right out of here. All right, we're almost out of here. Safe side. Although, Adam did say the guy right out from the entrance. All right, I don't see him. But yeah, the two people with the dog, I don't know if I showed it really quick or not, but it was right where the guy at the white car. All right, so this person's fine. Yeah, we're fine.
While walking the property, they spot movement. There are other people there. The drone captures footage of a group of men, one of whom is clearly holding a metal bar and wearing a balaclava. Their body language makes it obvious they're not happy about being filmed, and they don't want anyone else there.
Oh, I don't know. It's just they could be anywhere right there where they were walking. So we have to be careful about anything over there. Hang on, they're after us. That, we're getting out of here. Sorry. The two guys are on the other side with the dog. I wanted to interview her. I had money. Yeah, actually, if you want to come to us, just out of here. I want to interview you if I can. Hang on. Yeah, because so. Oh.
No, we're out of here, man. I'm not messing around.
All right.
Those guys are coming.
Oh, they're coming over here, huh? Yeah. Oh, fuck. All right, never mind. If she comes, I want to interview her, ask her about the spot, but this is getting too... Oh, shit, they're running here. They're running. They're running, bro. They're all running here. This is crazy.
These guys are charging.
Oh, they're running. They're running. They're running. Yo, I'm running out. Yo, I'm running. You ready? We're running. He's running after us. We're running. This ain't no joke, actually. This actually ain't a joke. We can't, until we're out of here. I don't trust no one. Almost. Well, it's nice hanging out again. See? All right.
Dude.
I don't see him now. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy. It's no joke. I can't. She was coming over to interview us too. Like, it would have been cool, but holy crap. It's still carrying the protection.
Dude, I'm messing around.
So what were you saying? You said that dog was ready to rip your flesh off.
Dude, the teeth on that dog. Luckily, Steve was smart enough to say to walk backwards, because if you turn your back on a dog, they come after you. So we were walking backwards.
And no joke.
Scary, man.
No, that was scary. And like we were saying, we started running because they were chasing us all the way out. I think they were trying to get us like on the other side, like what Adam said, but we didn't go that way. We went a shorter route. Dude, I didn't know what was gonna happen. That was scary.
I haven't had that happen in a while.
This is the first time that ever happened to me. Years of exploring, Adam, years. Oh my God. I genuinely can't believe that. What a spot.
Is that Steve?
I don't know where Steve is. Yeah, that is him. He's so far ahead of us. He's freaking out.
He's moving, man.
Yeah, he was going faster than us. The thing is, right when we left from those bushes, that turn, they stopped because they knew we were whatever they were trying to do.
I think once we started running, they knew they were going to catch up.
Yeah. Dang.
I saw them trying to cut us off when we were going through the building. I'm like, they're going to come in that other side of the building and stick that dog on us.
Dude, we got lucky. We really got lucky. We're safe now, Steve.
So if we would have started running, they probably would have kept chasing.
Oh, we would have got hurt if we, I don't know, something would have happened. They were not fucking around.
Still after us.
Nah, not now.
They
Not
could've
now.
gotten their car and-
I don't even think they have a car, bro.
There's a U-Haul coming towards us.
Oh, they're the U-Haul, yeah. Well, anyways, where are we eating?
As the crew begins to leave, they notice a dog trailing them from a distance. Moments later, they spot the men moving toward them, at first slowly, then suddenly breaking into a run. It's clear they're being pursued. Without waiting to find out what might happen, the team takes off, sprinting toward an exit. Luckily, the gap between them is too big, and they manage to escape before the group can catch up. It's hard to say exactly what those men were doing on the property, but given their reaction, it's not hard to imagine they were involved in something illegal. Whatever the case, this encounter serves as a chilling reminder. Not every danger in these places comes from the buildings themselves. Our next scary encounter comes from Lord Explores, a YouTube channel focused on urban exploration and paranormal investigations. The channel typically showcases the exploration of abandoned, haunted, and off-limits places, with a particular focus on eerie locations like abandoned buildings, hospitals, schools, and hotels. It is July the 14th, 2024, and while exploring the decaying halls of an abandoned hospital and nursing school, the explorers are met with unsettling activity right away. A loud, unexplained door slam echoes as they enter the building. As they move deeper inside, they begin to hear eerie shuffling sounds, distant voices, and the noise of metal carts echoing through the halls. Tensions rise when they start to suspect they're not alone.
So that's the building. We heard the sound. The person. It was definitely a person. The wind wouldn't have slammed it that hard.
No, because you have to open that door.
Right. Is that?
Oh, you hear it again.
I heard
I heard
something.
it again.
I keep hearing noises.
I got that on video. It was muffled, but I heard it again.
That's in here. That's not wind, right? That's somebody pushing a cart.
I don't know, it sounds so muffled.
I hear it in here, behind you. See, they're inside. Great, right when I take my light off.
Gotcha.
Whoa. That's kind of cool.
That thing go.
While exploring, they suddenly hear a loud boom as one of the doors slams shut. At first, they question what it could be, but quickly realize it must be someone else entering the building.
Stop. They're coming up the stairs, whoever the that is. Keep going. Why are there so many people in there? Stay here. Why do I hear them? Why do I hear them? Well, there's people in both now.
We never went over in that building. Remember when we came up the stairwell?
Oh, you sure? I want to see if he gets close. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's go to the other building. I'm not trying to run into him or her, whoever they are.
So, I can't see it from right here, but that bridge down there, the long one, the one we came up from the parking garage.
Right.
Go across.
Let's go.
Go across that long bridge and go in those buildings.
Okay.
Hearing more movement and the sound of people just below them, they pause to listen, trying to determine who might be downstairs. They assume it could be scrappers, but before they have time to decide what to do, footsteps begin heading up the stairs directly toward them. Without hesitation, they retreat and decide to check out another building instead, choosing not to risk a confrontation. The thing with scrappers is sometimes they're completely chill, but other times they can be aggressive or even threatening, as we've seen in other scenarios. Personally, I think they made the right call. When you're in a place like that, it's always better to be safe than sorry. In May of 2020, a YouTuber named Brennan uploaded a chilling video titled Solo Overnight Camping in an isolated abandoned asylum to his channel, Uncharted Travels. Brennan's channel primarily focuses on urban exploration, and he often documents footage of his experiences exploring various abandoned locations across North America. In this particular video, Brennan decided to go on a solo overnight camping trip to an abandoned insane asylum situated in Northern Ontario. As Brennan began his exploration, he drove 2 hours north from his hometown to locate the abandoned asylum. He then parked his car and continued the rest of the journey on foot. During his hike, Brennan noted that the temperature was around minus 20 degrees Celsius and was expected to drop further as the day went on. Fortunately for Brennan, he had come prepared and had brought suitable clothing to protect himself from the elements. After hiking for nearly 20 minutes, Brennan eventually located the abandoned asylum and immediately noticed that the road leading up to the building had recently been plowed. This suggested that the building, despite being abandoned, was still being maintained. This detail is particularly alarming given that if anyone was present inside or were to return and see Brennan, the situation could escalate quickly. Nevertheless, Brennan hoped for the best and eventually entered the facility. Once inside, he immediately noticed that almost every surface was covered in ice. Given the circumstances, his main priority now was to find a suitable campsite where he could spend the night and avoid exposure to the elements. During the initial minutes of his exploration, Brennan moved from one room to another, mainly searching for a campsite, but also checking to see if anyone was inside. Fortunately for Brennan, he didn't hear or see anything that indicated anyone was currently inside. Brennan then continued exploring and decided to investigate the upper levels. However, as he was walking through the hallway, that's when things started to take a turn for the worse for Brennan.
That looks like it leads down into the basement. Might save that for later. I'm just hoping I don't run into anybody down here. Alright, let's see what this floor has to offer. Oh, the door's like frozen shut. Why'd I have to bring such a big bag? Sadly, I'm gonna have to abandon my bag for a little bit so I can explore these areas here. I swear I just heard something tapping on one of the windows. That was a little bit creepy. So I just heard some tapping on one of the windows outside. So I'm hoping it's not maintenance people. So I'm killing my flashlight for a little bit. And I'm just gonna have a look outside. It sounded like it was coming from this direction, but like at the base of the building. I doubt they'd come in here, but I'm just trying to be safe. Oh. That's weird. There's nothing out here. Okay. I swear I heard what was like a car door slamming or something. So I thought maybe security, I don't know. Oh. Did you hear that? What was that?
After Brennan heard the noises, he initially suspected they might have been caused by a maintenance worker who had returned to the facility and slammed a car door. But when he looked out the window, he found nothing that could have caused the sounds. During this time, he heard even more noises coming from the same direction. However, Brennan didn't think too much about it and eventually dismissed them as being caused by the wind or simply due to the building's poor condition. By this point, Brennan had been exploring the building for hours. As the night began to set in, the temperature, as expected, started to drop. Despite the freezing conditions, Brennan still hadn't found a suitable spot to set up his camp for the night. For the next several minutes, he searched everywhere, but every room he found was either too small or completely covered in ice. Fortunately for Brennan, he eventually discovered a service room located on the lower sections of the roof that seemed suitable. After setting up his tent, Brennan decided to explore the building again. However, as soon as he left his tent and began walking through one of the rooms, he stumbled upon something extremely disturbing.
Okay, let us venture down into the unknown. I'm just gonna save time by going all the way down to the main floor. Just gotta be careful because these stairs are covered in ice and I'm wearing really small shoes. Oh, I just took a nasty spill down those stairs. Look at all that ice. I'm just happy I didn't break any of the camera equipment. Oh, gotta pick myself up. Let's keep moving. We're on the bottom floor though. This place does not look any more fun during the night than it did during the day. Hopefully it's one direction so I don't get lost down here. Something coming from the end of that hallway. Not again. Yep. Definitely heard something coming from the end of the hallway.
After hearing the loud bang, Brennan immediately stared down the hallway and listened intently to determine its source. As he moved toward the noise, he heard even more sounds coming from the same direction. For the next several minutes, Brennan cautiously moved through the building, trying to investigate the noises. Unfortunately, he found nothing that could have caused such a loud banging sound. By this point, Brennan was consumed with fear and anxiety over everything he was witnessing that night. However, he didn't jump to any conclusions, nor did he end his exploration. Instead, he composed himself and continued, regardless of any potential presence. Fortunately for Brennan, he didn't hear any further noises during this time. Brennan then decided to leave that floor and head down to the basement. However, as soon as he reached the basement, he once again encountered something.
I'm gonna take a shot at the basement. I don't know if this is the most stable of staring. So you can see that ceramic broke here. Oh, I really hope my flashlight doesn't die here. I thought I just heard something over there. Oh man. This is really freaky now. This is like the underneath. Huh. Well, it looks like we hit a dead end here. Time to head back the way we came. Hello? I swear to God, I just heard someone. Oh my God. I swear I just heard someone over here.
After hearing the loud bang for the second time, Brennan immediately called out and moved toward the noise to investigate its source. Unfortunately, he didn't get any response, nor did he find anything that could have caused the noises. By this point, Brennan had absolutely no idea if the sounds were simply caused by the wind or if someone was inside the building with him. If there truly was someone there, perhaps a squatter or a homeless individual, the situation could escalate quickly. Recognizing the potential danger, Brennan ultimately decided not to investigate or explore the building any further. He called it a night and began making his way back to his campsite. However, as Brennan was approaching his tent, he encountered something far worse than anything he had faced before.
Oh shit. Actually, I just went out. Oh, come on. Please, come on. Oh, I don't like this. What was that? Okay, I want to get out of here. Oh God. I'm sorry, but the only light that I have is this flickery headset of mine to get me home. Oh, good thing we're almost at the end of this tunnel. I swear I did not plan this. My flashlight is legitimately dead, as you can see. I mean, it all just adds to the fun, I guess. I think this is, yeah, this is the stairwell out of the basement. This is like something out of a horror game here. Okay, now I think we take this stairwell up.
To Brennan's absolute shock, as he was walking back to his tent, his flashlight abruptly stopped working. Disturbingly, while trying to fix it, he began hearing the noises again. Brennan quickly switched on his headlamp and continued toward his campsite. Fortunately for him, he didn't hear or see anything unusual during this time, and he eventually made it back safely. Deciding to call it a night, Brennan got some sleep. When he woke the next morning, he reported that he hadn't heard any further noises. He eventually ended his exploration and left the building without harm. Still, the true source of the noises remains a mystery, whether they were caused by nothing more than the wind, or if someone or something was inside the building with him. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide whether Brennan's experience was a simple case of nature at play or something far more sinister.